Hello again. This is week 10 of my beta academic program experience. I'm continuing to contact more people for interviews, and I've got several appointments lined up this month. The biggest hurdle so far this week was making sure that our chosen method of calls was comfortable for people from Kyrgyzstan. There's also a small difference in the time zones, but overall, I'm happy to say that the number of interviews I've conducted is well reaching double digits. So I've also been working on my task of finding the right accommodations for the upcoming conference hosted by Professor Sergei Golunov. As I learned, conferences like that really require accommodations. Accommodations basically make or break the whole event, and you have to factor in everything, like the conference's participation fee, number of guests, the location. So I've been looking into some similar conferences that have been hosted here in Almaty, and also some international eminents that I have researched in the past. So reading the reviews, seeing their opinions about everything helps me get a general idea of what the accommodations are supposed to be like for these kind of academic events. I've also been heavily interacting with students. This week on the seminar class, I got to ask them a lot of questions, and I was able to kind of probe that a lot of them seem to have trouble grasping the full context of some situation. So, for example, in the Gaza-Israel war, they're able to identify the land and self-determination conflict and are able to explain it real well, but they fail to notice how Israel is primarily inhabited by Jewish people and how that factors into the religious dimension of the conflict. So they have trouble explaining that. I think critical thinking is one of the most important things for an IR student to have. Our curriculum gives us a lot of essays so that we will be able to properly structure our arguments, our opinions. And so for the next week, I want to hopefully create a seminar activity that will really push them to do their research. Speaking of research, I also had a student approach me very randomly about a question regarding on how to write essays, on how to write research, specifically about how and why is it important to cite authors. And the main thing that in academic writing, citing authors gives the argument of the paper more credibility, especially in empirical research. It also helps distinguish the argument of the paper from the arguments of other authors. So research is already inherently built upon years and years of others' work. I was really happy to have a chance to explain that to her, and I was also happy that the effects of our Instagram page are starting to show because more people are recognizing us from the posts we make. So that was nice. So that's it for the 10th week. Thank you for the attention, and see you next time.